Sandeep Phogan has spoken to Swami Agnivesh, who's condemned the police action but also raised questions about Baba Ramdev.
Prominent civil society member who's been associated with the Lokpal movement, sir. India has witnessed in recent times two agitations or popular movement. One was led by you and Anna Hazare on the Jan Lokpal, and this was the other issue of black money. It ended up in police action. How do you view this?
Well, I think it's very, very unfortunate the way police swooped on those unsuspecting crowd of thousands of men, women and children sleeping in that huge tent. This was totally uncalled for, and the use of tear gas and lathi charge, etc. I condemn all of this police action and I demand highest level of inquiry. The Prime Minister owes an explanation to the nation why this action was resorted to, and I may not agree with all that was going on between the government and Swami Ramdev ji. The way things were being sort of seen to be little fishy deals, I don't really appreciate why in a democracy such things should be allowed. But having said that, there can be no room, there can be no logic, there can be no way we can allow the police to resort to this type of a brutal lathi charge and tear gas shelling. At least for the night they should have been allowed to stay.
What prompts you to say that there was a deal between the government and Ramdev?
Well, these are matters of detail. In course of time the whole thing will come out clearly. Because last night, a little late in the evening, journalists were asking very piercing questions to Swami Ramdev ji. Right. Why he kept them in the dark about the agreement they had reached in Claridge's hotel a day before. And if they had already agreed on the terms and everything, demands, etc., why was the movement not called off? So these things came out, and this was little shocking for all of us watching television. But Swami Ramdev ji was unrelenting. He wanted to continue with the fast and protests, etc. That was also uncalled for. Having at least finally when he got the letter, or his colleague Balkrishna ji got the letter from the minister, immediately they should have gone to the dais, announced that they finally got the letter in hand and therefore the movement is being called off, and let the people sleep for the night, disperse in the morning. That would have been the proper.
So the interesting thing is that what you're saying is that they should have, the moment they got the letter, they should have announced their calling off their agitation. I mean, that's the point of argument. Of course, even the government, government has not formally reacted, but even they are saying that perhaps they should have just called off their fast the moment they got their letter. So there seems to be some points of convergence between what the government sources are telling us and what you are arguing. So you're saying that this could have been handled better even from the other side. Is that what you're saying? From Swami Ramdev's side?
Yeah, this could have been handled much better. In the first place, the whole thing should have been that there should have been total transparency. And the media was helping like anything. I really appreciate the role of the media in every respect. Going out of the way, they were covering each aspect of the whole movement. And they were spreading the message also, loud and clear throughout the length and breadth of the country. But the media was kept in the dark. And why? I don't understand. Because if there was an agreement in the hotel room 204, day before yesterday, it should have been made public then and there. Right. So this is the agreement we have reached, and now there is no need for any movement or protest. All that we are going to do is what they call tap. Right. So we will have our assembly, we will have yoga and other things. We will stay here for another day or two. That's fine. But anyway, that's a matter of detail. What
about the use of force, police excesses? Because some say that this is one episode where there have been excesses on both sides. First we see ministers going and receiving him and having a meeting at the airport, and then we are seeing policemen being used, and your colleagues like Shanti Bhushan saying that this reminds him of emergency days. So is there a divide even between, or at least a divergence of opinion between you and say Mr. Shanti Bhushan, who I just heard said that this was excessive police force.
Yes, I fully agree with Shanti Bhushan ji. It was excessive police force action, and it was totally uncalled for, unwarranted, and therefore I condemn police action, and therefore I demand high-level inquiry by a sitting judge of the Supreme Court or the High Court, so that at that level only the truth will come out. The Prime Minister has to explain why this type of a deal in the first place was entered into. Why did government also sort of handle this whole thing from the moment one, sending all those top senior cabinet ministers to the airport, and the Congress party was not happy with all these developments, and still everything was allowed to go on. And then there was a secret meeting in the hotel room, and whatever happened there, immediately the government side should have said, okay, now Baba has agreed to our request and we have met the demands, and here is the sort of agreement paper. That should have been given to the media.
NDTV's cricket app, Android and iPhone, fastest scorecard, special analysis and much more. Download free. ndtv.com/apps.